Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I'd sit down and do another video for you guys. Let me get a sip of water, get my voice ready. And I'm going to probably do a few videos on this. I had a loved one point out to me, they're like, Jason, you've lost over 100 pounds of body fat, right? You're obviously fit now, doing really well at this point in your life in terms of body composition, athleticism, strength. Because again, I turned 47 in a few days. I'm decently lean, healthy, athletic body fat, deadlift over 600 pounds. They're like, you don't give much advice on weight loss, and a lot of people struggle. They're like, you really should help with this more. So I think I'm going to give some tips, and I'm going to give more tips on this over time. A few things I'm going to say. Number one, people who struggle with weight loss, stop looking for quick fixes. I am telling you guys, as someone who has lost over 100 pounds of fat before. I mean, there's a reason I got the little bit of loose skin and stuff still around the waistline area. Lost over 100 pounds of fat. There are no quick fixes. There's no biohacks. There's no cheat codes. I'm not saying different strategies don't work for different people. But number one, you have to accept that long-term lifestyle changes are what you have to do. And you have to come to terms and accept that, okay? And I want to be clear. You have to come to terms with that fact, all right? We could talk about people loving themselves and body acceptance, and I don't think that we need to go there. Because I can tell you, if you're willing to accept your body like that, you don't love yourself. And how do I put this? I don't think that's the right approach. And I'm not saying they shouldn't feel good about themselves, because every person out there who is suffering with morbid obesity, it's not because they're bad people. And they should feel worthy of love, okay? They should love themselves, but they should not accept that that is an acceptable thing for their body, or that they are treating themselves with love, right? Because it is the opposite. It is self-abuse. And it's oftentimes in the case of me and other people, it was a way to cope with childhood trauma, okay? It's a very bad coping mechanism. And we're in a society that does not help us in this regard, right? We have an entire culture built around essentially reinforcing obesity. And I mean, our society is structured in a lot of ways around that at this point. Like in America, that's how we are. We're at a point where the poorest people have the highest obesity rates, because we have limitless access to calories, limitless access to food. That tells us a lot about the situation we're in. So part of it, though, you have to accept that it's going to be lifestyle change. To lose this idea, if you have 100 pounds to lose, drop this idea of, I'm going to drop 30 pounds in a month, okay? I mean, you might, but do you really think that that's the solution? I don't think that it is. You need to just be slowly losing. You need to have every milestone count and not be, and I've seen that people who are on a weight loss journey who are really overweight, and they'll get upset. I only lost 1 pound this week, or a half a pound this week. I'm like, that's not something to be upset about. That is a victory. It is about focusing on the long term in the process. Drop this idea that you're going to make these enormous changes that are just going to strip it all off of you quickly. Okay. Drop that idea and say, okay, I need to be working on consistent, small, baby steps. Baby steps. Right? It is the long game. Because if you also try to short game it, what ends up happening, you regain it anyways. Because you didn't learn anything along the way. You didn't adapt to and just get used to the new lifestyle. And I'm not opposed to medical interventions. And I know a lot of people have issues with that. That's probably its own separate video I could do. So here's the thing. Long, slow process, number one. Number two, that's number one. Number two, protein is your friend. Okay. Protein is your friend, high protein. I'm not telling you to do keto or Atkins when I say that. I'm talking about protein, not fat. Those are high fat diets, by the way. You need a lot of protein. Number two, vegetables are your friend. Okay. That should be the foundation of your diet. Start every meal, irrespective of what other changes. Every meal needs to be centered around a protein source, vegetables. That's going to help you. Even when you fill in other stuff around that after it, there's where you start. There's chicken and broccoli, just as an example. Some Greek yogurt and some cherries. Cherries are not quite a vegetable, but it's a fruit. It's a low-calorie fruit. But you see where I'm going with this. This needs to be the mindset you're in. This is where you start. This is what helps with your appetite. This is what helps control satiety. This is what helps you maintain muscle mass while losing weight, or even possibly gain muscle so that your metabolic rate stays higher. Okay? Speaking of that, metabolic rate, lose this idea that you have a slow metabolism. You don't. That is a debunked idea the researchers have found. Obese people generally do not have slow metabolisms. They have fast metabolisms because they're carrying extra body weight. That speeds your metabolism up. You eat a lot. Your appetite is high due to a combination of biochemistry, possibly genetics, trauma, and then lifestyle. Like, you have a high appetite. You need to learn to control the appetite. These are tools to help you do that. Okay? Consistency. Don't try to bite off too much at once. Don't make too many big changes at once. Make each change and go, if I implement a change, can I do this change consistently? Can I cut sugary drinks out? Okay, instead of saying, I want to go do this whole vegan, keto, carnivore diet. No. Can I eat more protein and cut out all the sugary drinks? Okay. You do that to start. Can I walk for 20 minutes every day? See, those are easy changes because you're also looking at the long term. You're saying, I know that I'm not going to do anything dramatic where I'm going to lose 57 pounds in a month. Okay? And that's okay. Small baby steps. Each pound counts. Each one's a victory. It's about the long term. And you have to focus on that. Okay. Then those are my easy take homes, easy points to get started for anyone who's struggling with this. Think long term. Think small habit changes. Consistency, and build your food around protein and vegetables. It's the foundation of each meal, irrespective of what else you happen to eat with it. Like, very straightforward. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative. I'll talk to you guys next time.